All right, well, we are about 3 minutes after 2, so I think we can go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's webinar. I am Brianna Moriarty. I'm the Partner and Development Manager at Star Micronics. I'm just going to be hosting and fielding some of the questions for today's webinar. Presenting today, we have Marcelo Munoz and Casey Sieber from our sales team, and we're going to talk about our new line of antimicrobial covers. Just a couple housekeeping things before we get started. Everyone will remain muted for the duration of the webinar. If you have any questions, you can submit those via the Q&A or chat function, and then we will answer all questions at the end. All right, thank you. Go ahead, Marcelo, Casey, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brianna. Thank you for everybody that is joining us today. We really appreciate your time and definitely your support as well for Star Micronics. We'll be talking about a brand new product that's being introduced by Star and our antimicrobial cover. So without further ado, Casey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Marcelo. How are you?
Cannot complain. We are at the latter half of the week. Friday's just over the horizon, so this should be a great time for all involved today.
I agree. Before we get started, Marcelo, I think maybe we should give everybody that's on the call a real quick intro of our roles at Star and what we do, so they have an idea of what they can reach out to us for resources.
Definitely. I'll let you take it away.
So again, my name's Casey Seibert. I'm a channel account executive here at Star Micronics. My main focus is on sales support to resellers and ISVs alike. You can reach out to me. My contact information will be shared, but you can reach out to me for any questions about Star products, anything about deal registration opportunities, or getting training on our products, as well as finding out how you can sell more Star products in the channel.
Great. My name is Marcelo Munoz, and I am channel partner executive here at Star Micronics. My main function is working that relationship with our distributor partners and making sure that everything is working out as far as what's going on with new products, pricing, opportunities. I also have a hand in working with our ISV partners that are being brought into the channel, many for the very first time. So, doing the handshake between that ISV and that distributor or reseller partner, and everything in between, product introductions, webinars like we're assisting today, and talking about new products. So I've been with Star for almost a decade already, so it's been a great ride so far, and it's truly a wonderful company, easy to get along with everybody here, and really, really happy that the relationships that we built over the years with our reseller partners, ISVs, and distributors has gone so great. So with that, I'd like to just kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about today. Casey and I have gone over this presentation, and we feel that really the best way to present is to talk about the different issues and opportunities that the AMC product can resolve. So we'll be touching base on all of these product solutions today. So Casey, I'd like to ask you, within the last year, we've definitely had some interesting changes in our day-to-day life. Fist pumping instead of handshakes. Hugs have gone by the way of history, and new and creative ways of opening and closing doors. What do you think? All this has been and is going to be moving forward.
I think it's been, a whirlwind for all of us. Everything that we've known up until the last year and a half has kind of turned upside down and changed. And like you said, hugs and handshakes are now fist bumps, or elbow knocks, or just nods of the head now. And that's only if you're lucky, if you're able to be in front of people. Hopefully, and everything continues to go the way it's going. But it looks like we've got a light at the end of the tunnel for the channel, where we're going to get to start seeing people face to face again. But yeah, you hit it nail on the head with the comment about just how things have changed. And I personally think that, some things will go back to the way they were, but I think, just the concentration and the attention to, just germs in general, I think are going to be heightened. And I think we all can say, and we all can agree, that we don't want to experience the last year and a half again.
Definitely don't want a repeat of that. And like you said, the culture has changed, right? So where before you would be free to touch anything without fear of any consequence other than a regular cold, if that. Um, Hand sanitizers were perks before, now they're necessities, and everybody's really just adjusted to what that reality is. There's always this mask debate that goes on in many social circles and political circles of, to wear or not to wear. I always like to point at Asia and, their reality with bird and swine flu in the past. For them, it's normal to wear a face mask in an extremely public setting or enclosed area like a train or an airplane, and for us, that was all new. But I think at the core of it, we're going to definitely consider seeing that culture of wearing a face mask, being aware of their surroundings, the addition of an antimicrobial cover to these high touch surfaces, which is what we're going to be offering moving forward, is definitely something that's going to fit perfectly into that environment.
Yeah, I agree. And I had an interesting experience the other day going to a retail store. I went to a Dick's Sporting Goods, and I personally live in Kentucky, so the mask mandate and everything has been lifted. And Dick's Sporting Goods still has their employees wearing masks inside the store. So I was in the store looking for some stuff, and one of the associates came over to me and started talking to me, and he was like, "I got a crazy question to ask you." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Why are you still wearing the mask?" And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You don't have to wear the mask." I said, "I don't have to." I said, "But you do. So out of respect, I'm going to wear if you have to wear the mask, why shouldn't I?" And it was just interesting to see his response back to me on that, because I think I surprised him, because he even said, he goes, "I've asked that question to probably about 8 or 9 people today, and you're the first one to actually answer it that way." He's like, I appreciate that. He's like, but yeah, he's like, we all question that too, why our customers don't have to wear it, but we do. So like I said, we're going to see things changing, and some things are going to stay permanent, but just the attention to germs alone have definitely heightened and are going to stay that way.
I agree, definitely. And the great thing about, having this type of product join the Star lineup is, essentially it's very easy to get, right? So these are made in the USA. We don't have to worry about containers or shipments coming from Asia. This is just puts on a truck, and you'll get it in a quick amount of time. There's a great variety of product variations of the AMCs that will be available to all. And this is something that that end user will be able to get their hands on, apply, and just become part of the regular routine at their locations. So, I know that I've gotten my hands on the sample kit. I'm not sure, Casey, if you've gotten yours yet, but if you have, share with us your experience.
Yeah, definitely. I actually received my sample kit of the AMC covers last week, and actually, just because I wanted to get some firsthand feedback. My wife is an HR director for a chemical company that does coolant for automobiles, and I asked her. She hears me talking about work all the time, and I told her about these covers, and she said, "Well, when you get your sample kit, can I look at it?" And she looked at it. She actually took the kit into work and had her safety director look at them. And they are actually using some of the handles, the door handles, for their business, for the front of the office, and then also out in the production plant as well. And they're going to give me some feedback on it, but they actually loved them. And that, I know we'll touch on this later on in the presentation, but that's just a great example of what I would call a non-traditional in customer for our channel, to be able to take something like this and to, and buy it, or for a reseller to go and sell it to, somebody that normally wouldn't even have an opportunity to do any business with. This product here is going to open that door for this opportunity, but for many other ones. But like I said, my wife, their company's using them. They've only been using them. This week was the first week they put them out there. They've had a lot of questions from employees asking about it, but the one of the first things that I got back from my wife was everybody that has used the handles are very surprised with, other than what you see visually, you can't really tell much of a touch difference. There's no sticky residue or anything like that. I know we'll touch on that a little bit later. But that was one of the first responses I got, was other than being able to see the sticker on the handles or whatnot, you can't really, there's no real feel to it. So I think that's a really nice perk as well.
I agree. Definitely. I was expecting a different touchy-feely from the stickers themselves, and pleasantly surprised that it wasn't, like a sponge or some gooiness after effect, nothing at all, which is great. It goes to show that this type of technology, antimicrobial, definitely has advanced from, any type of technology that existed before. And your wife meant, working at a large company, a large plant, that I'm sure has rules and regulations behind it. And one of the many opportunities that this product has is to work in those non-traditional customers that maybe most of our reseller network hadn't dealt with. So the fact that, these are compliant with FDA and EPA registered and GRAS, all these certifications that kind of put an official stamp to what it is, not just some gimmick, I believe makes it an important key to open those doors to these newer customers, and to bring into the conversation to some existing customers that they hadn't thought of before. So, at the core of this is, business opportunities, right?
Right. And you mentioned the FDA compliant and the EPA registered. The other thing, and again, I'll reference my wife's work quite a bit in this call, just because that's my first experience of getting third-party hands on it and opinions. But they were also very impressed and actually, surprised to see that in our SKU list of offerings that we actually have the American Disabled Act, the ADA compliant handles and whatnot. So, we offer the right hand and left hand handles, which is big for a lot of businesses out there that, they need to make sure they stay compliant, and that ADA compliancy is something that, is big because it's an employment guideline, for government employment. So, I definitely believe that this product, like all products that we bring to the market, we've taken our time, we've made sure we've crossed our T's, dotted I's, and made sure that we're bringing something to the market that has value for our resellers. And, and something that's going to stick. I mean, this is going to be a product that I see that, is going to become something that is going to be a regularly purchased item by a lot of customers.
Agreed. And to borrow your pun of sticking, yes, definitely. This is, it's a great product. And, you and I have both, have been able to touch and feel and apply in some places. Really, I think what will make it such a easy sell is the simplicity of the whole thing. So the fact that, if you're going to be applying this anywhere, there's really very little to do before, during, and after that first application to make it, easy for that customer to understand how to use it, and really not have to circle back and ask a bunch of technical questions behind it, right?
Exactly.
So, definitely it's something fairly simple. And I know that I'd like to highlight, we've mentioned the sample pack numerous times already, it has its own SKU number. This is something that we would suggest everybody that's on this webinar to ask about. What's the part number? Can I buy it right away? Yes, and yes. These are readily available. This is the best way to get yourself introduced to it. I think it'll go a long way to not only, show your customers how easy it is, but also give you that peace of mind of what it is you're selling.
Yep. And while we're on this slide, Marcelo, I think everyone can see on the bottom right-hand corner of the slide here, but, you made a comment about how simple these are to apply, and the way that they advise you to prepare the surface and everything. They don't want you to use any kind of bleach or any kind of chemical cleanings, any harsh chemical cleaner. So really just some, maybe rubbing alcohol or even some hot water and rinse it off with a good cloth and let it dry. From there, you can go ahead and then apply it as it shows you here. And it's very simple, and it makes it so much nicer when you're able to do something that's quick and easy, but give your customers that sense of, hey, I care about you as my customer, and I'm doing this. And it speaks volumes.
Yep. Agree 100%. So obviously the $1 million question is, so what kind of offerings are you going to have? What are the variations? Really we're focusing on those high touch areas. So, doorknobs, door handles, push plate covers, elevator buttons, huge thing. And just looking at the different, options that you have for this thing, it really starts getting the mind going as to who can use this, who can use that, who can use a combination of A, B, or C. Obviously with, customization that opens up another door as well. So, I mean, I think this is a great start to the product offering. What do you think, Casey?
I agree. And, I wanted to mention this earlier and I forgot to, but just to give everybody a little firsthand experience here is how many times have you gone to a restaurant or a retail store and either gone to the bathroom or whatnot, and you don't want to use a handle and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? And they've got that little foot thing at the bottom of the door. I don't know about everybody else, but I have a hard time using that thing. But opening the door and not using my foot. I'm sitting there, trying to balance on one foot. Got my kids laughing at me. It just makes it easy. Being able to put this wrap on a handle, so your customer doesn't have to sit there and try to use something down on the floor on their foot. I mean, think about if you have a customer that that has maybe an injury or something like that. Like this just makes it easier for them.
Yep, I agree. And sometimes visual aid goes a long way, right? So, you could just get different ideas going as to what type of environments this is great to put in. I mean, we talk about door handles and, hand carts and shopping carts. Those are obvious ones, but I mean, there's, different options when it comes to this, and different places, really. I mean, everybody's got a door, everybody's got handles. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be in and out, places of high traffic where people are, leaning on counters.
Yep.
I mean, there's really, it's up to the imagination to figure out where these are best placed. And the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah, I agree. And when we were doing our review for this webinar, I mean, I think we came up really quick with like 20 something different applications. Earlier today, just going through everything, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, think about, you see these handles here being wrapped with the roll application. Think about, some of the more non-traditional items or like things you can think of that this could possibly really open the doors. And some of the things I thought of were like, I like golfing. So I automatically sat there and thought about golf carts, the steering wheels on golf carts. So like you said, Marcelo, the sky's the limit on where these can be used at. And I think we're getting into more of this in a little bit. And I think we'll start showing and explaining how this can be expanded into, really unlimited areas.
Yeah.
Like you show here, the classroom. Think about the K through 12 and higher education. I mean, you talk about somebody that was really hit hard by the pandemic. The school systems, not being able to put kids in the school buildings and that part. And then when they were trying to slowly transition back in from non-traditional instruction and doing the hybrid 2 days in school, 2 days out of school, these would have been phenomenal for the schools to be able to put these out just for an added layer of protection for the kids and the staff.
Yeah, I know that was high on the list of priorities, across the country, and as things started normalizing it, with kids coming back to school, the main focus was definitely staff as well, right? Because they're the ones that really at some point didn't go home. So that extra piece of security to add to that safety feature is great. I think that this is something that schools need to look into now that we're in the summertime. I know that maybe many of those budgets might have been defined, but this is an easy add-on, I think, to add to that budget. Restaurants is another one. Star has been such an incredible force behind the online ordering success of last year and this year moving forward. All those pickup areas can use something like this.
Without a doubt. So that's a great point.
Yeah, you add that to something like a tamper-proof label that we also offer, behind the POS shield. I mean, really, it's the health and safety culture that has really expanded upon our reach in that wallet and being able to present a complete solution and a safe one. So, I think that from a potential standpoint, education, healthcare are probably the top two I would go after when it comes to AMC products. And then, you trickle down corporate, SMB and mid-sized business as well.
Yep, and I completely agree. And I think one of the things is, instead of trying to always, figure out that next solution for these, you get the sample kit, stop off and drop off a sheet or two to somebody and say, hey, here's what they do. This is what I was talking to you about. You use it, let me know. And I personally think that, if our resellers do exactly that, I think they'll be very, very pleasantly surprised how many return phone calls they have on wanting more of this product because of what it does.
The magic word, recurring.
Recurring revenue.
Recurring revenue. That is everybody's two favorite words. So, yeah, I mean, these, pre-cuts, there's a lot of options here, a lot of ideas implemented. Casey mentioned the ADA certification for push plates, and that opens the door for, of course, commercial, environments like malls, elderly healthcare. I mean, last year we all know around the world who was hit hardest with this thing, that first blow up. So as things move forward, as things progress, this is a huge benefit for all those types of facilities, I think.
Definitely. Yep. Definitely the elderly care facilities and even healthcare. I mean, I can even see some of your pediatricians and people, those smaller, and I'm not sure so much about the large scale hospitals, but I think some of your smaller offices, dentist offices, things like that, even veterinarian clinics, could see a big value in these.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's so easy to we can converse about where we can put this, where we can put that. I mean, it's a fun conversation to have. It's even more fun when you're having that conversation with the end user and they're seeing that, idea of, wow, this actually works for me. Great. And then going back to your medical observation, the great thing about the US is that there's so many specialities, so many small practices that focuses on A, B, C, the entire alphabet of health issues or, improvement. It's a huge money pit right there, to a gold mine really of ideas to go into.
Yeah, I was joking around the other night when I was sitting there talking to my wife, and my kids overheard me talking about this, and I looked at my son, he's 8, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get a roll of this. I'm going to wrap you in it. That way, when you go outside, I don't have to worry about you. You just do whatever you want. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap you like a mummy in this stuff. I'll cut out little eye holes and breathing hole for you. And he just laughing. So, but yeah, I mean, and like you talked about, these pre-cuts here for the hotels and things like that. The other thing I like about is, we do offer different colors. We've got, the opaque and the white. And I like, for this slide particularly, it shows you a good visual of what that opaque handle sticker looks like and gives you a really good picture of what the elevator sticker looks like compared to the white handle. And the opaque, that clear sticker, I think is really key, because you will have customers that they want to put the safety precaution out there with these, but they may not want to have that visual look of that big, that white thing sticking out there, bringing the attention to it. So, just keep in mind that we do have, optional colors as well.
Yep. And to circle back to one of our first talking points, this does not have any after effect to the touch, right? So it's not like you're going to push the 10th floor button and all of a sudden you're still pushing the 10th floor button and you're on the 10th floor. It's like, I can't get out. It's not going to happen. Amazingly, there's little to no, after effect of the touch,
like a residue. Yeah, there's no little like residue feeling or anything like that on your hands after you touch them. You're correct.
Yep. So, again, I want to, as they say, push the sample kit. I think it's going to be the huge benefit for everybody to understand what it is, to actually touch it, see it. There's some good guides that are included in that as well as to, best cleaning practices, removing of it, Another thing that we understand from this product is that the actual removal of the sticker over the course of its 6-month lifespan, there is no residue that remains. So from that standpoint, you really don't have to worry about, okay, so now I'm taking this off and I have this ugly, sticky stain on the door handle or the button. It's not the case at all with this. So again, these are just some of the applications that we talked about. I think Casey and I could probably go into the latter half of the evening just highlighting these and many others, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the thing of it is this product for our resellers, get creative. I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a blank canvas in front of you with this product to go out and if nothing else, show it to your customers as just a conversation piece. Get the conversation started and asking them. You may not be able to get them to buy this, but if nothing else, it's going to get you in the door with somebody that you may not have been able to talk to before. And if they pass on this, then go ahead and go to your next product in your arsenal and see what you can do.
And it's very true. But in a perfect world, this is what we're talking about. We want to have every single opportunity in front of us, new ones, existing ones, old ones. Get the hardware in first, get the AMC product in first. You have so many multiple, avenues of attack when it comes to being able to offer the STAR solution, whether it's hardware, whether it's peripherals, whether it's accessories, consumable products, and now our AMC covers. It gets us into that larger, playing field. And as we mentioned before, the double R, the recurring revenue, the AMC does need to be replaced every 6 months, depending on the use. Obviously, if it's a higher touch area, it could vary slightly, but 6 months is definitely the key. So, if you're on that conversation with the customer saying, hey, it's about 6 months, since you made that purchase, would you like to get some more? Or here, let me include it in your order. I always like to make that Happy Meal metaphor. When you're buying a printer, you need the paper. For the AMC, you got to think 6 months ahead. Hey, did you need some more? And you find out more information from customers. Hey, I just added a new building, or I have a new office to consider, and there's more money for you.
Definitely. And I also think, again, with the bundle and the upsell is, you're selling STAR products today, and why not make sure you're getting all the market share and get as much of the business as you can from the customer. And then on top of that, think about as you get these out there to your customers and they have these set up, they will bring attention, and you could end up getting referrals, very easy, simple referrals for new business because of somebody walking into one of your customers' locations and they see these and they ask, like, where'd you get these at? I think it's a great product that we're bringing to the market to just complement everything else we have. And again, to make the selling process for our resellers and partners alike as simple as possible, and to keep everything under, the STAR umbrella makes the end user feel more, confident of what they have, because it's all one manufacturer instead of that, that puzzle piece together from 5 or 6 different manufacturers. I think that states a lot and goes a long way when you're selling a solution to somebody where they see all the same manufacturer name, because it gives them the confidence and the reassurance that everything's going to work together.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself, Casey. So yeah, keep in mind, guys, STAR does have that solution pretty much for everything that's needed to get the ball rolling. A couple decisions are left for that end user. Obviously, when we're talking about hardware, we got to talk about them deciding on the platform they're going to use and software. We have a great following when it comes to that. So, adding this AMC just is a huge boost to everything. And when we're talking about our customers, our reseller network, obviously, a big part of that is our Empower program and our loyalty program. So I would like to reintroduce Brianna to the conversation. I think she would like to definitely touch on this point in particular.
Thanks, Marcelo. So for all of our resellers on the call today, the Empower program is an all-inclusive program, so it doesn't require any type of sales commitment. It doesn't require a specific type of business model. Just if you're buying Star printers through Star distributors, you are eligible for the program. All registered partners receive a product discount on not only AMC products, but any Star product that you are selling to your customers. In addition, we have tons of sales and marketing support and resources offered as part of the program. And when you signed up, you're going to get your own dedicated customized partner portal, which will allow you to see your discount, manage your sales through the portal, submit any deal registration. So if you have some large projects, you need some additional Star support, you can register that deal through the portal, and you'll have access to tons of marketing materials and tech support materials. A new introduction to this program is the new loyalty benefits. Those are now available for our services and technology partners, and you can learn more about those when you sign up. Or if you're already a member of the Empower program, you can log into your partner portal today to sign up for those loyalty benefits.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brianna, for that. Really, the Empower program, with the extra oomph added with the loyalty program, I think is a home run for everybody involved. So please consider, if you're not part of it, definitely jump on it right away.
I personally would like to add to the Empower program is if you're not in it and if you've ever sold anything Star, you need to sign up for the program. Because when you go and if all of a sudden that one customer that you've sold Star to 3 years ago comes back to you and wants to buy Star from you again, if you're in this program, you already have your discounts in place. You're already able to make sure that you're able to get moving quickly for your customer instead of having to start all over from scratch, working with your distributor, working with Star, getting everything in line. This Empower program gives you direct communication to the Star team. You still will use your distributors for your for your key stuff. But when it comes to, wanting to communicate to us directly, this Empower program, especially the partner portal, is a great way to make sure that you know that you're communicating directly with us, because as you put in opportunities, it gets notified to your channel account executives. If you have, if you need help with integration, you can get in contact with our integration team very quickly. But don't wait until you absolutely need to be in a program. Go ahead and get into it today. It's very easy. It's simple. It takes, a couple days at most, and it's just to get paper processed. But get in today. That way you don't have to worry about rushing later or take a chance of losing a deal to a customer because your competition's in the program and you're not.
Yep, definitely. So with that, guys, I would like to open up the forum for everybody here, ladies and gentlemen, for questions, comments, and next steps that you'd like to address today.
Thank you, guys. As a reminder to everyone, you are muted, but you can submit any questions that you have through the chat or the Q&A function. All right. It looks like we did get our first question about the AMC sample kits and where they can be purchased, along with all the other AMC products.
So I know that in the chat, Kyle shared the part number, but you can order the sample kits through your distributor. Or if you're not set up with a distributor, you can buy the sample kit through your reseller partner.
Awesome. Thank you, Casey. Can you customize the AMC products with company logos?
So the answer to that would be it is possible. I'm sure that with a certain quantity that we would have to define, it would be not out of the realm of possibilities to do.
Wonderful. Currently, are you able to order the covers in custom sizes or in bulk?
No, as of today, we do not have bulk ordering or specialized cuts.
Okay. Thank you, Casey. Next question, how are the covers maintained? What is the maintenance method?
So, as Casey had alluded to earlier, normal household cleaners are good. I would stay away 150% away from bleach because that will kill that entire film that's on there that is protecting you against those bacterias and viruses. So best practice I would think would be just water and soap, just like you would clean any other surface.
Great. We have another question. Do we have any documentations to provide information regarding the efficiency of the product? I can take that one, and the answer is yes. Deborah, our team can provide you with some additional information on that.
Great.
Of course, the question, does the AMC product protect against COVID?
So the answer to that is COVID-19 in particular. It is we can't confirm that, obviously, because there's no way to test COVID-19 outside of the established laboratories that are still trying to figure it out. So let's go with a no on that. However, this is still 99.9% effective with bacteria and other viruses that are out there. This is not a way also to disillusion and not use the best practices that are out there already, hand washing and hand sanitizer. So COVID-19, no.
Got it. Thank you.
If I could just add to that, Brianna.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we didn't test against specifically for COVID-19, but we have tested against other coronaviruses, other forms of the coronavirus, and it is effective against those. So we are kind of expecting it to be whenever we can test against COVID-19, but till then we don't know for sure.
Great. Thank you, Kyle. Can the AMC covers be placed outdoors?
They can be, but we need to keep attention to heat, direct sunlight. That definitely plays a part into it. Obviously, any kind of debris, dust, particles, anything like that, that's all going to play a part in it. You do need to take in account the environment. But some of the documentation and collateral that we have does provide you with some temperature ranges as well. But being poolside on a handle to a pool, you're good, but you need to worry about that direct sunlight and the actual heat.
Understood. All right. Any other questions from our audience? Looks like that was all of them.
I could add to that environment. The humidity is actually kind of the more important part than the heat, because these are kind of stick-on applications. You have to worry about the water getting behind and peeling the sticker off, making them less sticky. So humidity and water are a little more important than temperature.
So I see Deborah had a question in the chat. Do we have any documents that provide information regarding the efficiency of the product? And she has customers that are interested. Yes, we can definitely provide that type of information for you.
Kyle, kind of going off of your response to the humidity and water, and are these AMC covers repositionable?
So I would not recommend it. Maybe when you're initially putting it on, maybe you don't have it on exactly straight, you can quickly change it. But once they've been on there for a little while, they lose their stickiness.
Got it. All right. I think that's all the questions we have for today. Of course, if anyone has any additional questions, you can visit our website, starmicronics.com, or reach out to any of us directly. Marcelo, Casey, thank you so much for presenting. Any final words?
Casey, go ahead.
Thanks. I thank everybody for joining us today, giving us some of your time this Thursday afternoon, and let's go out and wrap the retail world up with AMC covers.
Awesome.
Definitely,
Thank
guys.
you, everyone.
Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate your support. And yeah, as Casey said, let's get everything in gear.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.